Hey guys, I'm Brian with Crafted Strength, and today we're going to lift some shit in my living room. Now, you may be wondering why a grown-ass man is even lifting in his living room in the first place, but if you're not, then you can skip straight to the workout at the timestamps below. If you are, well, what had happened was my wife and I bought this place right when the pandemic was starting to become a pandemic. By the time we moved in, everyone was in lockdown, gyms were closed, people who were able to were working from home, you know the deal. I was lucky enough to start this gym off with a bridge-built Phoenix rack and have been slowly tweaking it over time until we get the gym setup you see here today. With a lot of experimentation and planning, I managed to fit a decent home office and gym in the back third of my living room. Unfortunately, this doesn't include weight storage, so I currently store a set of bumper plates rolled up behind the couch and another set of bumpers stored in a coat closet. Not ideal for a home gym, but you do what you gotta do to get your training in. First up, we have pin squats. Now, this is a secondary squat movement for me, the primary movement being the high bar squat, which I use in competition. If you're wondering why I prefer the high bar squat over the low bar, let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make another video on the topic. The reason my coach and I are currently using pin squats for this training block is because it forces me to slow down the descent speed. Personally, I have been struggling to find the correct descent speed. For me, going down too fast leads to inconsistency on the way up out of the hole. On the other hand, going down too slow takes extra energy and also reduces the stretch reflex or bounce you can get out from the bottom of a squat. The pin squat is great because it punishes you if you go down too fast. If you crash into the pins, it will ruin your positioning. The pin squat also builds pure concentric strength from the bottom position because it removes most of the stretch reflex. During execution, I like to think about landing the bar on the pins like a ninja. Now, I haven't quite been able to figure out why on heavier weights, the left side of the bar hits the pins before the right. Perhaps there's some imbalance in my body, but it's not really a big deal. It's just super annoying when the bar hits the pins unevenly. Since it is a pivot week, I like to keep adding weight onto the bar until I hit the prescribed reps at the prescribed RPE. In subsequent weeks, I'll know a general range of weights to target based off of today's performance. Today, the goal is to hit a top triple at RPE 7, which for me ended up at about 298 pounds. Now, why 298 and not 295 or 300 pounds, you might ask? That's a fair question. The reason is because my bumper plates are in pounds, but my change plates are in kilos because that's all I could get when the pandemic started. It sure makes barbell math extra fun, as you can imagine. After pin squats, I had 3 sets of belt squats, but I'm only showing 1 set here since they're pretty boring to watch. These are a great way to get some extra volume work in for squatting without overly taxing your back. These are not easy to come around in a commercial gym, so drop a comment below if you'd be interested in a video on how I made this belt squat platform. It's still a work in progress, but gets the job done. If you watch closely, you can see that the front of the platform is coming off the floor. That just means I need to adjust where I put the bumper plates and dumbbell as a counterweight. Next up, after the belt squats, I had 4 sets of pin bench. I'm only showing 1 set here since unfortunately I have a poverty bench. Similar to pin squats, these really punish you if you descend too fast, but they also build pure concentric strength from the bottom of the movement. I placed 2 2x4s on the spotter arms here because if I place the spotters 1 notch higher, the spotters end up a bit too high. Unless you're trying to develop concentric strength at a reduced range of motion, generally we want the pins or spotters to be set so that the bar is just barely touching the chest to mimic a normal bench press range of motion. Finally, we ended the workout with 3 sets of leg curls, but again, I'm only showing 1 set here. Not much to comment on. I just really wanted to show you all what's possible with a tiny gym. Here I'm just using a rack-mounted pulley system with some tricep pull-down straps. If you really wanted to spend the extra money, you could invest in an actual ankle strap, but this gets the job done. And that concludes the first episode of Tiny Gym Big Lifting. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe below. Also, be sure to check out my blog at www.craftedstrength.com. And until next time, stay strong. Peace.